All right. I just woke up. Yeah, I just woke up. No, my breath stank. Literally, I'm just. Oh my gosh, this is kind of loud. Hold on. All right, whatever. But yeah, I just woke up, kind of loud. I kind of want to, or I was going to talk about something me and my cousin spoke about yesterday, which is time and why you should forgive people. And like, I feel like, or what I am about to say is, oh my gosh, what I am about to say is just something that I stole from like these like self-help. Well, they're not even self-help guys. They're like guys who talk about trying to reach enlightenment and stuff. But basically, the reason why you should forgive people is three reasons. But in order to get to those reasons, you have to look at time differently. So our brains always comprehend stuff as cause and effect, and it's just a linear progression, right? So time is just a line. Think of it as this line right here. So there's a beginning, and then there's you, and then you see yourself as slowly going through it, right? Slowly going through life, and you're in the future now, but it's your present. But your future is so small because like you're getting so close to your endpoint, and then boom, you're dead. Now you ask yourself, if you go back in time, wouldn't when I had started here and I go back in time, I would have met myself. Like this is me now. I'm in the future. I would have met myself. Like why am I not seeing two right now? Right? It creates a paradox. And when I think about time travel, I don't think in like the literal physical sense. I just got I don't think in the literal physical sense. I think time is a circle. So I think it's like a bubble. No, it's like a dot. You're in the middle of the dot, and there's a spear around you, right? Like an atom. And I think that all around you is the all around you is the past, future, and present, right? Let me. Oh my gosh. Okay, all around you is the past, future, and present, right? So, whenever you don't forgive, okay, let's think about it like this. When you ever hear people say that you are the reason things happen in your life, right? So they're like, oh, all this bad stuff is happening to you. You're born in this horrible family. It's because you chose it. You chose your family. And you're thinking like, that's crazy. Why would I choose my own problems? If I had a chance to not go through those things, I would completely avoid them, right? Now, and people are completely valid for this. These are all theories, by the way. And like I was saying to him, it's okay to hold contradictory beliefs and thoughts. You don't always have to have concrete and resonant thoughts in your head. Like you don't have to have thoughts that have conclusions in your head all the time. You don't know why? Because you using your brain and thinking like a scientist means that you're open to new information and you're open to new data, right? So what's going to happen with that data that you don't already understand in your head, that data that doesn't have conclusion, right? When you get more data to work with, then it's going to come full circle and it's all going to make sense. That's why you have to be willing to just be okay with not knowing sometimes. And that's how I feel about this time thing. But the reason why we should forgive. So you're yourself, a dot surrounded by this bubble, and the thing that contains the bubble. So let's say you're surrounded by water, and then you're in a spherical bubble, and the bubble itself is death. Once it pops, your consciousness or whatever, your past, present, and future all flows out. So you choosing not to forgive and you choosing to hold grudges, it means that your past self is not going to experience that. Therefore, you're not going to get the lessons. You're not going to need that pressure, or you're not going to receive that pressure that was needed for you to become who you are. Because right now, as you are right now in the present, your past doesn't exist anymore. It's gone. And the thing is, that version of the past only matters to you. It only exists to you, and that's all that will ever be. So it doesn't matter anymore. It matters in the extent of your past and environment shapes who you are, but it doesn't define you, right? Your present defines you. So you don't forgive your past self, which exists at the same time as you. So you are your own person, and then your past and your future is different versions of you, different fragments of you, right? And you're all existing at once, maybe in different dimensions, whatever, but all of you guys are existing, right? So when you choose to forgive, you're allowing the things that happen to you to happen again. And you're like, why would I allow bad to happen? It's because of the lessons. I mean, if you think about it, you were put here to suffer. Everything is a test. You were put here to suffer. Because, I mean, why else would we suffer so much? You're saying it's mundane, it doesn't matter. And yet, I guarantee whenever you chose to forgive someone, you felt better. Like, you became better. Not for the sake of, oh, you're just like, you're a bitch and you just let shit slide. No. You're choosing not to hold on to grudges and just negative energy because it affects your past, present, and future. Now, you choosing to let go also it changes your mindset to the point where now your future is changed. So I was also telling my cousin this. Whenever you think, or whatever you think destiny is, I think destiny is our past, present, and future. I think the word for all three combined into one is destiny, right? Your destiny is whatever your mindset is. You change your mindset, you change your destiny. That's why when people be like, oh, fate is predetermined, I think it is in the sense that once your mindset is a certain way, you are bound to have a certain result because of said mindset, right? So if in my mind, I'm thinking I'm chopped and everybody doesn't like me and everybody's aggressive with me and I'm just gonna fight everybody, right? Boom, mindset completely like that. From now on, my future is probably going to entail something that revolves around me receiving the consequences of having that mindset, which is either jail, getting my ass beat, getting killed, not getting as much opportunities because people don't want to work with me. My life would be shit. But if I were to look inside like Oracle's magical ball, I wouldn't get into that stuff. But I'm just saying hypothetically, if I were and I were to see that, I would be like, holy, like, what did I do to deserve a future like that? Not knowing the whole time it's your mindset, which is the reason why you're like that, you know? So if you change your mindset, you change everything. You change your future. And this is what people mean when they say reality hopping, I guess. I don't like, okay, that's a little more deeper. I don't know if everybody knows about that kind of stuff. It's like, I'm not going to shove it down your throat, pause. But I think it is interesting and something you should look into. Your mindset is everything. It's literally everything. You eliminate fear, you eliminate regret. You won't have no regret if you just live according to however you want to live in the present. I've made mistakes recently because of the things I've done out of anger, and I think the reason why is because I was just so slow to forgive. But I will give myself some grace because it was a new experience for me. But at the same time, I should have forgiven so I can move on quicker, because when you do not forgive, you leave an emotional contract with that person. So whenever you see that person, those emotions start flooding back and they have complete control over you. They literally change your mood just from seeing them. Just from seeing something that looks like them. Their silhouette will trigger you. Knowing their presence is nearby will trigger you, right? And if you know Patrice O'Neal, he was a comedian back then. He had died of a heart attack, but he wasn't the best looking guy, and he even admitted it himself. But he said, he always had women around him, and people were like, why Patrice, why do you always have women? I mean, and this only applies to guys who find value in having a lot of women, you know, like, live your own truth. This doesn't apply to me because I can only deal with one woman at once, you know, like, your love is a reservoir, and I don't want to just keep filling up other people's cups. I want to pour it into one, and that's it, because I need to refill my own energy, you know, like, I can only give so much. I have a lot to give. I can give to everyone, but it's not fair to the one person that I made that contract with. But going back to the point, Patrice, his way of getting women was to evoke an emotional reaction out of them, right? So like how we said, emotional reaction equals emotional contract. This person now owns you in a sense. This is why viral videos are the ones who evoke emotions. I want you to, you know, just see. Whenever you see a video with hella likes and views, see what kind of emotion it evokes. Does it invoke rage, confusion, happiness, sadness? It makes you cry. Is it controversial? Those things that get people's emotions involved and hooked causes them to engage with it more, aka more likes, more views, Same thing applies to real life when it comes to people. You get an emotional reaction out of people, it causes them to engage with you more. You piss somebody off, and then you go back and you make amends. Not only do they remember that you pissed them off, now over time they may forget that you pissed them off, but they just remember that feeling that they had, and they're like, oh, me and this person now have history. Now they don't feel like just absolutely nothing when they walk past you. Now they feel something. And you know, a lot of us, we have mundane lives, which is not bad, but some of us just want something to go on, right? So you go and give that person something new, some type of new experience. They've never been pissed off at somebody before. They never had someone have the audacity to bring out those emotions in them. And now they're yours in a sense, if they are weak. And I'm weak too. I'm the weakest of us all. But I will use the things I know to try and get on the level of you guys and not try to be as emotional. There's always room to improve. And yeah, we get comfortable because of the way things are going for us. You know, they're going good. You got the girl, you got the job, yada yada. You get lazy, and the thing is, that's completely fine too. It's your own free will. The fact that you are alive and breathing means that you are loved, and that's all it is. That's all you need. Like, that's all that's required of you. Just live your truth. Make sure you're not living a lie. You know, why I say it like that? Make sure you're not living a lie. Make sure you are. Every word that comes out of your mouth is something that you wouldn't regret saying. You know, make sure every action you take is something you won't regret doing. When you live in truth, when you keep reinforcing that, hey, whenever I do things, I mean it, and no holds barred, not only do you just live a better quality of life, you stop aging in a sense, because you're not so full of just regret and all these negative emotions. Not saying that they're bad. Negative emotions are necessary, but holding on to them, they're like a butterfly. You know, you hold on to them too much, you let the negative emotion land on you. Okay, it's cool. But if you hold on to it, you try to grasp it, the butterfly is going to die because it's so fragile. And then it leaves a stain on you, and it sticks with you. And you have to go and try and wash it off. And sometimes it's really hard to wash off butterfly essence. You know, when you touch their wing and they leave like residue and particles on you. Now, when the butterfly lands on you and you allow it to do whatever it wants and then it goes away, you get to see not only that, how like the beauty in it even being around you, but it's over. And that's what makes it so beautiful, because it's finite, and that like it was a chance for it to happen. You're not going to be angry all the time. The butterfly is not going to land on you all the time. But when it does, appreciate it and revel in it, but don't hold on to it. You and your mindset affects your past and your present. I mean, your past, present, and future self. Look out for them. They love you just as much as you would love another person, and hopefully yourself. Whenever you are just dwelling on negative stuff, you're fucking them over. I hope you know that. And if you hate yourself, I mean, I guess that's good news, but I hope that you choose better and, you know, you treat them differently. So yeah, forgive people, not because you're a bitch or anything, but because you want better for yourself. And when you let go of stuff, you not only open doors for a better future, you sharpen your mindset. You don't hold on to grudges. They eventually won't even bother you because you know it's going to leave at some point. You're just going to be able to laugh it off. And then people don't have power over you. They don't have no contract over you. Those viral videos that evoke emotions from you, you'll be able to step back and look at them objectively and decide whether or not you want to like it versus just automatically liking it just because it gave you some reaction. This is why we tend to go after people who are bad for us, in a sense, because we don't realize how powerful our emotions can be if they aren't checked. People, like, this is why they say good guys or good girls or good people just in general are just forgettable. Like, why do I remember that guy who treated me horribly? Why do I remember that girl who dogged me out? Guys, we gave them power over us. I'm sure there were signs in the beginning, and it's not a bad thing to not give up on someone. Everything is a lesson. They came into your life because future you already forgave them, and, you know, just like you told yourself, I needed this lesson. I needed to go through this fire. I needed to be refined. I needed the character development. But you sitting there being bitter about it and choosing to hold on to that grudge is going to, you holding on to that grudge is your future self completely changing your path and not allowing you to encounter this person and the lessons that could have came from that, the good that could have came out of that. It's like lessons that offer real change never come painless. You know, you have to make a conscious decision to want to improve every day. And every day that I choose to forgive and sit back and reflect, I start to notice and appreciate the bad even more so than while it was happening. Because not only do I look back with clarity because I forgave, but I can see the good that came from it because my mind is clear. I'm not clouded by revenge or whatever. But I really do regret how I acted, but I'll cut myself some slack because it was a new experience for me. But yes, be good to yourself, people. Please do. Don't beat yourself up. If you don't know how to love yourself, make sure you find someone who do love you and you hold on to it and you learn from them. Maybe nothing is infinite. Everything is finite, right? So whenever people do come into your life, you take it on a day-by-day basis and you appreciate every day. I know it gets very easy to get comfortable because, like, you see them all the time or whatever, but one day you could wake up and they probably won't, you know? Oh, appreciate it. Appreciate what's in front of you. Try to learn. I mean, and just try to, just enjoy your life a little more. I promise you, nobody remembers your embarrassing moments. Nobody cares as much as you think, which is a good and bad thing, but I think it's good. And another thing I want to say, and this is a personal message for me, to myself, because whenever I talk to myself, I'm a majority my inner dialogue because I don't speak that much. So the version of me that speaks is completely different from my mind itself. I'm split. So this is to me, I think it was a good thing that it happened because you were able to see now that you got comfortable. In the beginning, yeah, for a year straight, a year and some change, you were improving constantly. That's all you cared about. This is the same pattern you repeated before. You improve a lot. You're always on your improvement. It's magnetic. It draws people in. And then you get comfortable after like the 1.5 year mark. You're like, oh, I already got everything. It's everything I could have wanted. I don't need you anymore. Not to the person, but like to me. I say to myself, I don't need you anymore. I don't need to improve anymore. You should always be striving for something. Don't get stagnant. And I think them leaving, even though it did devastate, was a good thing because it taught you to appreciate the day-to-day basis. You don't deserve to be followed. You don't deserve to be a leader worth following if you're not even in the present moment trying to be the best version of yourself for that day. You're always thinking like, oh, I did this for them, so they deserve to da-da-da. I think women are the best thing to happen to us. Not in the sense of like, we do need them. But yes, there is bad. But I think that bad is there to teach us lessons in order to get the desired outcome. A lot of us guys think like this. We do something nice for a girl. We buy her flowers. We take her out on a date, da-da-da. Okay, boom. Now, that's like an investment, right? So then a couple days later, she's acting crazy or whatever towards you. And you're like, wow, why is she acting like this? Is she ungrateful? I literally did this for you X amount of days ago. Bro, they don't care what you did. However many time only exists within you, bro. And once you go, that's it. Because you are your perception. So time for you isn't the same for everybody else. And I feel like they are more in tune with themselves. That's why it could be seen as impulsive. And you need a good foundation. Imagine you are impulsive, but your impulses are good decisions. Do you see how good, like how much of a good thing that is? I think they are just unrefined like jewels and diamonds and whatever, right? Nobody put them through that fire yet. Nobody tried to burn off their impurities. Nobody gave them that heat because we're just scared of the consequence, like of being left, or, you know. And it's also a personal thing. Like it's also a personal choice for them to want to get better. This is for anybody, not just girls. But you don't deserve to be followed just because of something you did in the past, just because of a title you guys have. Because can you go grab that title? Does it exist? Or is it on the same existence as an idea, which is all in your head? It's all in your head. You have to prove yourself every day. I mean, I wouldn't say you have to prove yourself, but you have to stay true to yourself every day. You cannot slip up. And the thing is, you proving to yourself and her that you are a leader worth following, it does require energy, but you have to get your energy from somewhere. Now, where are you getting your energy from, you know? Is it things like wanting to improve, eating right, you know, taking care of her and yourself, being mindful, taking care of your family? Those things give you energy. But, yeah. I hope someone resonates with this. I just kind of went on a tangent. I just woke up. My teeth are very crusty, but I just wanted to get this out because I could not sleep last night. But I managed to do it, and I feel a lot of clarity. It was hard, you know, I won't lie. I did struggle to sleep just because of a lot of bad memories, but they were just getting processed. That's literally it. You can't not like just the process of everything, because once it's over, you're just gonna appreciate it so much more. But, you know, for the guys who do listen, the 1 or 2 people who do listen, I just want to say, like, I hope that, I appreciate you wanting to listen to what I say, because from my perspective, I'm just a guy talking to a screen right now. So knowing that like this reaches out, or this just gets to other people and they're just able to sit down and listen, is a weird feeling, but it's not a bad feeling. So guys, the takeaway from this: be forgive. I mean, I said be forgive. Holy, I'm telling you, the longer this goes on, the more I lose it. This is why I need to get to the point. Okay. The lesson, and it's not in order. First lesson: forgive for your past, future, and present self on these different like dimensions or time, whatever you want to call it. Forgive for yourself so you can let go and not have anybody have any contract over you. I don't say be stoic. Don't feel at all. You feel, but you let go. 2, you live on a day-to-day basis and you prove to yourself that you are better and you can be better every single day. Don't get comfortable. Be good to yourself. 3, whenever you feel emotions, you feel them and you let them go. And do not make decisions within, those states of mind, like being in states of mind, or at least try to. I know we're human, we're gonna make mistakes, but at least try to not hold on to it. Remember the butterfly analogy, okay? But hopefully my future kid sees these videos one day, maybe like 10-15 years in the future, and they're like, wow, my dad is a dork. But yeah, thank you for listening. I have Spelunky and Spelunky 2 on my my game system, but I don't know how to record. Or no, bro, why does PS5 not allow Bluetooth mics? Like, you need some special adapter. It's so stupid. But yeah, I might be uploading some gameplay again today. Who knows? But I love you guys. Thank you for listening to me.